We are 2-1 in the team league. Take a look at the standings. I'm not very worried about today. I'm excited, as I obviously wanted to go well. It is important to finish top 2. Or like important. That would just make our life a little bit easier. We have 2 wins, 1 loss. We have 3 matches today, so we can end up with 5-1. Then obviously we're doing really good, and we're basically done. If we end up 4-2, that's not ideal, but that should always be good enough to at least advance. So as long as we win 2 out of the 3 matches, we're in the playoffs, but we ideally want to finish 1st or 2nd. That doesn't matter that much. Yes. Reynor is figuring out if he has to play now. Yes, you do. You win 4-2 and no ace wins versus Team Liquid, you're in trouble. What do you mean? If we win 4-2? I don't think we're going to be in trouble today, but elaborate. Like we have platinum if you end up 4-2. I mean, we didn't have an ace win over Team Liquid. We beat them regular. Obviously, our goal is not to end up 4-2. Our goal is to end up 5-1. But even if we're 4-2, I mean, it depends a little bit. Like, we can get a very good map score. We'll figure it out. Yes, obviously, we don't want to start in the lower bracket. Even if we do start in the lower bracket, I still think we're going to be okay. But yeah, ideally, we just win all 3 clan wars today. And we give ourselves not 1, but 2 lives. And then we can have a little bit of fun in these playoffs. Now, not the amount of fun where we send out me, because we don't want to do that. Alrighty. Games are good to go. I am good to go. I had to play F1 at 4 AM, guys, with our little Starcraft 2 racing crew over at Discord. So I'm a little bit out of it, but I'm excited for the gameplays today. I've been looking forward to this day. Unfortunately, the RSL for Trigger didn't go too hot, but it's all good. He's got another chance. And we had a bit of a slip up last Friday. We have another chance to set the record straight. A full day of video games. Let's do it.
Let's get it on.
Top right side of White Rabbit, we're looking at the main base of the Italian stallion, who was joking that his game wasn't finished yet, but I think he's ready. He's actually been doing really good. People give him so much crap that I really don't think he deserves for having a passion for another video game. His results lately have still been pretty damn impressive. It is Reynor. And of course, he's supposed to win here. Based on his resume, based on his legacy, based on everything that he's done in history. He's supposed to win against this man, of course, a kid that's near and dear to my heart, as I financially support him every single month a little bit. That's why he's part of Team Rotti. I like the kid, and I hope he does well in the video games. This is Sebesdes. Always root for Sep, but of course, cannot root for Sep against BASILISK. Because part of what allows me to do the Team Rotti thing is being a BASILISK member. That helps. Now, Team Rotti only has 2 members these days. That's why we didn't have like a full Team Rotti roster. And of course, we could have like added in 1 guy. But we got reached out by the Platinum Heroes. And they asked if Fjant and Sep want to play together with Alex and Iba and a bunch of guys that get along very well. The arts. And obviously our guys said, yeah, like, yeah, that actually sounds really fun. And then Taldon asked if I had a problem with that. And I said absolutely not. Rotti play when Zerg? I'm not planning on playing any Zerg. Hello, Tingo. Oh my goodness, you're positive, mate? You're being positive? That's amazing. Neuro with the raid. That's also amazing. Welcome, everyone. We are starting the first of 3 clan wars of the WardiTV Team League. This is our very first match of the day. I had a very long night, so I sound a little bit off. I was playing video games until the early morning hours. I don't think I've gone to bed as late as I did yesterday night in a very long time. It's like 6 AM or something. The things that a little bit of racing passion does to you. Thank you, Neuro. I hope you have a great, I want to say night, because I know you're a bit of a warrior of the night as well, and I assume you just had a late stream and you decided to send your folks over here before you get some dreams. Rest well, mate. Thank you for the raid. I hope you're doing good. What game are you playing? We have a racing league. There's a bunch of Starcraft fans that watch this channel also like Formula 1. And we started playing F1 together a long time ago. And now we have a regular league where every single time there is a real F1 weekend in real life, we do 100% of the virtual race. So they have like 18, 20, sometimes 14 or 12 Starcraft 2 fans hopping on Discord and we're all racing with each other. It's really fun, but obviously if it's 3 hours before the actual real race, there are going to be some really bad time zones. Most of the time I get lucky, because most of the races are in Europe or in North America, and that's obviously easy peasy. Those times are good. But the races in Australia and Japan are not very good for the Europeans. It sounds like fun. It really is fun. If you like F1 and you feel like that's something you'd like to do, just do a little bit of casual racing. Obviously it gets a little bit competitive, but you know, we're all friends. We're all Starcraft 2 enjoyers that just like to do a bit of casual racing with each other. It is open. Everyone is welcome. Once in a very blue moon, the grid is full. But most of the time we have like 1, 2, 3, 4 slots available. Because obviously not everyone can always make it to every race. Except me, because I have no life. I can just base my life around the timing of video games. Thank you so much to my man Brett. I really appreciate it. We're too old for 6 AM finishes now, Rotti. I know, mate. I feel it. I hear it. But it's all good. Alrighty, Reynor has just made a couple of links with speed, and he's going to take a little look at what sebesdes is doing on the other side of the map. I played a game of Deadlock with Seb as well yesterday. And he said like, oh yeah, we're playing you guys. He's like, I'm going to cook Reynor. And I was like, well, I think that's going to be tough, kid. But let's see. If you guys don't know much about sebesdes, he's a young man from the Czech Republic. I think he's like 18 or 19 years old. He has played in a home story cup or two. He's just a very friendly individual who's pretty freaking good at the game. Of course, we're talking like 6,000 MMR. And he really has his moments where he goes on a bit of a heater. I love Fjanty. He turned 20 a couple days ago. Oh my goodness, I didn't even wish him a happy birthday. Which day was it? Why didn't I read about this? Why didn't we do an @everyone in the Discord and wish happy birthday to Seb? I feel like that would have been a great reason to ping 2,900 people. On the 20th of March? Okay, that was a bit of a tricky day for me, right? Because that is when I just came back from Korea and I was a total zombie. When you're pushing 40 and you spend 14 hours in middle seat, you're obviously not a functioning human for the next 2 days. So, I'll let that one slide. And I'll give Seb a present next time around. Couple of adepts without resonating glaives are going to try to be annoying, as the Templar Archives is already done on the side of sebesdes. It does not have a shield battery here, so that's a little bit annoying. He's aware of the fact that it's a little bit annoying, so he decides to warp in anyway. Yeah, no, Seb's playing clean. Reynor is going for a Spire, but the High Templars are already morphing, guys, into Archons. These two Archons could potentially become very difficult to deal with. Roaches don't have speed yet, so they're going to be a little bit slow. Seb, careful against the Spore. You really don't want to be anywhere near that Spore Crawler with the War Prism. But your Archons, yeah, they're not afraid of a couple of ladies. I don't want to say that the Mamacitas are in trouble here, but they could be in a tiny bit of trouble. It is important for Seb, though, guys, to get a real scout off. He's playing maybe a tiny bit too safe, so he's kind of in the dark. And what you really want to do if you're Seb here is get a sneak peek on that Spire. Because right now he might still be worried about Lurkers. He might still be worried about just a big Roach Hydra Queen attack, which is also a possibility, even if it has fallen out of the meta a little bit. He needs to start thinking about the Muta. And I hope for Seb that these Adepts can scout it, but there are a couple of Zerglings here. Adepts are going to go in deep. Reynor pulls the drones. You guys see this? Obviously that's not ideal defense, but what Reynor really wants to do is hide the Spire. Now the Spire did technically get revealed, but it's one of these, he saw it, but did he see it kind of scenarios. Fjord, the legend. I love you, matey. Thank you for still going strong now with the Prime. You appreciate it, matey. 9 months, excuse me, 9 mutas. Way more than 9 months. It's 60 months. I'm still a bit sleepy, guys. We're gonna get out of this, I promise. Reynor drops the Baning Nest. I'm very worried for Seb. Seb technically saw the Spire, but this really is the classic. He saw it, but he did not see it. And that's just bad news. Because he's pumping out Immortals, 2 Immortals at a time. It's great news for Basilisk. It's great news for Reynor. It's just bad news for Seb. We can follow Seb's point of view for a little bit, guys. And as you can see, he's not really preparing for mutas at all. And this is the worst case scenario for the young man from the Czech Republic. Not to be confused with Czechoslovakia. We said goodbye to that a while ago. And some people still think that's the thing. As he now sees the mutas fly into his main base, warps in a single zealot. Was supply block there too, so he couldn't warp in more zealots. He's warping in a couple Stalkers, guys, but the problem is these Stalkers, they don't even have Blink. I don't think Seb is the kind of guy to insta-leave, but I think what Seb is going to do is leave a couple units at home, try to deal with these Mutas, and then just go for the YOLO attack. Because he knows he's going to take way too much damage if he cannot put this very powerful army to use. I think he also knows that he's just cooked. But you are not ready for the Mutas. And look at Reynor, he's finding so much value. 25 workers have already gone down. It's a beautiful game by Reynor, who's actually kind of turning into our MVP so far, as he also dives on top of the High Templars, on top of the Immortals. And if we now bring over the Mutas, this could very well be it. Get a few more of the High Templars. Obviously, it's hard to kill all the Immortals with the Roaches. Thank you so much to Glisbon for the 16 months. You are appreciated. Link surrounding the Archons. Reynor's actually playing really well. Seb is damn good, but Reynor is making this look, I don't want to say easy. It's never easy. But this is where you joke that it's light work. I had a very funny moment in one of my games of Deadlock, where the enemy team had a shift that was kind of powerful. And they were all dead outside of the shift. And then it took us legitimately like a minute for 4 heroes to kill the shift. And when he finally died, and we were all on the verge of dying, 1 against 4. I wrote, this was light work. And the enemy team, that was kind of funny. Outside of one guy, he was like, what do you mean? It took you so long. I was like, mate, I was sarcastic. I know it wasn't light work. It took all of us to take down one of you. But Reynor is flying, is cooking, floating around with the Mutas. And this is really a dub. Thank you so much, Myotti, spamming the Sep Phoenix emote. He could have used a couple Phoenixes, if only he would have been able to get a tiny bit deeper with the adapts. And Reynor pulling those drones, guys, to make it not that obvious that it was a Spire. Yes, it got revealed, but clearly Sep didn't really see it. Well, if he would have gone deeper, then maybe he does click on it. He's like, oh, it's Mutas. And then Sep can start building those Phoenixes. And this really would have been a completely different game, so a small interaction, like pulling a couple of drones to limit the vision of the adapts, has turned this into a convincing W for Reynor as Mutas continue to go ham. And I would like to hype this up, but it really wouldn't be fair to Sep to hype this up. Sep does still have an army, and Reynor a little bit late in realizing that he's actually getting ambushed by this army. So he took a couple of hits for free. But obviously Reynor can always just bring the Lings back, can bring the Mutas back, or he can just go for the all-out elimination. That is definitely the most complicated way of winning this game. And Sep just knows that there really is no way that his army is big enough to take out Reynor, and he doesn't have enough at home to deal with the Mutas. That means we're off to a good start, a 1-0 lead for Basilisk, and another W for Reynor. Everybody gives Reynor crap over and over and over again, because he plays another video game outside of the main video game. It's scandalous, I know, but Reynor continues to look good. He continues to look good, he continues to play good, and I'm happy with it. Reynor gets the dub. Next up, I'm sorry guys that I cannot update my exclamation mark B. Now, the good news is that the link is still there. The bad news is that there's also the BBB announcement, which makes it a little bit harder to see what is happening exactly. Ooh, this is a fun one. This is a fun one. Goblin versus Alex, best of 1. Goblin is, of course, our Croatian Protoss, a member of Basilisk only for this WardiTV Team League, as we are trying to make Gobbes a champion, and we love Gobbes. And Alex is, of course, near and dear to our heart, as he's an absolute legend. This is actually a real cool one. I'll give you guys 5 minutes to get your channel point predictions in. This is not an easy one, I think, I mean, obviously, nothing is ever easy in PvP. Goblin's got the experience, and Goblin definitely came in mega clutch for us against the Stolly Balls, the Russian team, first played it, because we were down 0-3. Overall, this hasn't quite been the goated Basilisk Team League performance yet. But you guys know what your mom taught you when you were young, or your teacher, or your dad, or whoever. It doesn't matter how you start. It matters a little bit, but it's not as important. The start is one thing, but what truly matters is how you finish. And we only have one goal, and that's finishing on top. Bum, bum, bum. A lot of love so far today, guys. 29th of March. So we have a couple more streams to go. Obviously, we're going to stream tomorrow, as we should have another weekly. I don't know if I'll do some bonus content tonight. I'll figure it out. Maybe after all the games of Starcraft, maybe we play some Deadlock and that is it. Yeah. I don't know yet. Think about it. There's lots of things to think about. What we do know is that BASILISK is up 1-0 and we are loading into game 2.
Round 2. Fight!
In the top right side, a man who used to be a part of Team Rotti as well, was then part of the Platinum Heroes for a long time, is currently teamless, but he has joined our ranks for this team league, mostly to play 2v2, but why not give him a couple one-on-ones as well? We love him, we like to cheer for him, it's Goblin. Bottom left side, of course we love him as well. He is a young man from Italy who has truly done a tremendous job in improving in this video game over the last 2 years. When I got to know him, he was like 4,300 MMR. These days, he can hang with the very best, and that's damn impressive. It is Platinum Heroes Alex. And of course, also played at the most recent Home Story Cup. PvP. Goblin knows that he's gonna have to be sharp here. It is Goblin, his third 1v1 of the team league. Got a W over Shameless on a very important moment because we were down 0-3. And then had an honestly very close game against Rogue. And I even thought that he was beating Rogue. It really looked quite promising in my eyes. Unfortunately, in the end, like maybe we got a bit tiny bit over eager, or we got a bit too impatient. And things would have gone better for us if we would have just sat back and continued to defend with Storms and Archons and Tempests. But it really was a good game by Goblin, if you ask me. And Rogue has just been on a bit of a rampage. I don't know where this is a second live of Rogue is suddenly coming from, but he beat Serral, he beat Goblin. I saw him get a 3-0 over Hero in the RSL. Where the hell is this coming from? I think he beat Clem recently in something too, right? Like, freaking Rogue, man. I mean, the guy did win a BlizzCon and 2 IM Katowices, but that's a little while ago. And if I look at my own ladder performance, I can guarantee you guys that impressive results from the past are no guarantee for modern day success. Well, Rogue showing us that he can do both. Violence going down on the low ground, as I am enjoying. This is the first white monster I've had in forever. And I gotta say, it's actually kind of good after not having it for so long. Maybe we can say goodbye to the sugary drinks for a while. I know we shouldn't drink any energy drinks, especially not at my age, but today I need backup. What can I say? Pylon finishes up, and Goblin is going to show that he opened Stalker Sentry and will work his way through the pylon. Alex, in I would almost say typical Alex fashion. Alex is a very greedy boy, and he very often ends up with the quicker expand. So he cancelled his second gateway unit just to get a Nexus down very quickly. This is definitely a pretty decent advantage on the side of Alex. Even if he did invest obviously in that pylon and he lost 100 minerals, having a much quicker Nexus makes up for it. Him building the battery and then deciding to cancel it and rebuilding it over here is not ideal. That makes him lose 25 minerals obviously, and yeah, that's just the kind of stuff that you get a little bit annoyed over as well. Goblin can do much here though, guys. Against 3 bubbly boys and a shield battery, this is just so powerful. You really don't burst through this easily. A PvP between 2 of the finer European Protosses, and they're doing the same thing. I'd say Alex having a slightly more efficient build order, and it's not really visible right now in the numbers, but it will be visible in 90 seconds. Just because he's able to crank out probes a couple of seconds earlier, and he's able to saturate a mineral line a couple of seconds earlier. Goblin, of course, did skip out on the battery after realizing that his opponent is going like Sentry, battery, expand. You really don't need a defensive battery there. But still, minor advantage, Alex. Alex might just go for another very early Nexus over here. Vintage Alex. Like, Alex is a relatively straightforward Protoss in that regard, where it just comes down to get economically ahead, to do our absolute best, and have a lot of units, and then attack with more units than our opponent has. Goblin, I feel like, is a little bit more likely to make certain timing attacks, but is playing it very safe. I am worried here for Goblin. I'll be that honest, guys. This is, it's not that he's like in all sorts of trouble. It's just that these games are really hard to win. And in this day and age of PvP, it's so hard to make the difference if you feel like you might be a little bit better here or there. Because the best thing you can often do is nothing, but if your opponent is doing nothing as well, but is doing it with a better economy, they end up with a lot more. And then there is a fight that's just going to turn into a bit of an A-move festival. Shout out to A-move Games. I don't know if you guys saw the pixel art, but I saw they even have Piggy pinned on their Twitter already. Our boy Pig, he's everywhere, isn't he? I definitely enjoyed PvP more in the era without shield batteries. Mothership cores, I feel like require quite a bit more skill and were overall like just a bit more demanding than the AFK shield battery. I really don't think that PvP got any better because of these things. And I know I'm not the only one, but it's the game we're playing and it's the meta we have to live with. I had a couple of words, by the way, of Smix Rexy. He was like, yeah, I wasn't planning on it, but Rexy was going nuts, so because he was going nuts, I was gonna go nuts. He was like, I thought I'd give you some hype. And I was like, oh, too nice mix. I saw Rector was dropping bombs, so I want to instigate a bit in a good way. Smixy, the legend. Alright, the fourth Nexus goes up for Alex. Goblin is gonna move out. But what I said earlier, guys, I stand by. It's so hard to make the difference when you're doing the exact same thing, when you're working with the same amount of units. Alex has invested. It's a minor investment, but it's still an investment into adepts that are potentially looking to shade in. This is definitely the moment for Alex to shade those adepts in. Alex does not want to lose this Nexus. Will not lose the Nexus, but oh, Goblin tried to get the Observer. In the end, nobody gets the Observer. It must be Alex, right? Yeah. Haha, that's cute. Well done. And here are the two adepts. They haven't really done a whole lot. They'll get like 3 or 4 workers in the end. I wonder if Goblin could have committed and actually killed the Nexus. Or at least force a cancel on it. But that was overall quite good by Goblin. Because he killed the pylon. He dealt with the adepts. And whatever minor advantage Alex had from the very early game, because he had a quicker Nexus, I think is slowly but steady dwindling. Goblin decides to take these fights without his sentries. Because, okay. Sentries are obviously a bit awkward, guys. Sentries are a lot slower than Stalkers and they don't have blink. Goblin did lose a lot of units there. Needs to start spending his money. And I hope for Goblin that he can also bring over his sentries. Yes, he does. It's hard to be aggressive with the sentries there without being completely okay that you're going to lose them. And Goblin says, I am not that okay to lose them, so what I will do is just apply the pressure and trade out some units. Hello, babe. Good afternoon. What is it? Chicken? I don't know what yet. Wash machine? You can do it. It's fine. She's asking if she can use the wash machine, yeah. Sometimes my desk starts vibrating a little bit, but I would not be bothered by it. Unless I'm playing like the most intense Starcraft 2 game of my life. And we've gone 9 years back in time and I need perfect conditions. When it comes to casting a couple of video game pieces, I will not be distracted by the wash machine. Goblin cannot be distracted against these Zealots. So far, Goblin's micro is really good though, in the center of the map. He is going to end up losing a couple of probes. What does he have? He's got 4 Stalkers. Stalkers obviously don't kill workers as quickly as Zealots do, and Alex is going to take a good fight here, because 5 Stalkers are better than 4. I'm starting to get really worried for Goblin. I think initially the poking was fine and looking for the traits, but I think maybe we overstayed our welcome a tiny bit, and again, Alex just had a greedier build. Slightly ahead. It's not over yet. It is maybe difficult for Alex to end the game, especially into double shield battery and sentry, a cannon, but Alex has been finding some victories in the last minute of this PvP. This could be a big victory for Goblin though. I think Goblin should go for this, but Goblin didn't really know where the main army was. Right. Does mean that in the end Alex is going to bleed out 4 Zealots while not getting a lot done. Does have another big Zealot run by ready, but this one is going to have a more difficult time. Goblin his +2 slightly quicker, but not a whole lot. It's still a game. Goblin just needs to chill for a little bit. Make sure that we don't lose any extra workers. look for some trades as Alex blinks forward. Alex may not be taking the best fight here. He's bringing these zealots over to the center of the map as well. It's going up to 5 bases. Building a dark shrine. Well, gets another kill on the pylon. That's obviously nice on the side of the ambitious Italian. The Italians are just good, man. Like, Reynor is winning everything. Kimi Antonelli is winning everything. And now we've got Alex, who wins in every single video game. What if this is the year of the Italian? What's next? They're going to qualify for the World Cup as well? For the first time in, like, 2 decades? I think they can do that on Tuesday, right? We'll be watching it. But I feel like the Italians are cooking. Sinner is, I want to say, almost winning everything, but I'm a Carlos kind of guy. I'm sorry, guys. I do like Sinner as well. I don't hate him. He seems like, honestly, he seems okay. And he's clearly very, very, very good. He's exciting, but I just like Alcaraz a little more. I don't know. Love the Spanish passion. So it's a mixture of Zealots and DTs on the side of Alex. As Alex is also going to try to get on top of the Immortals. Gets the first one, gets the second one. Did a really good job there. Just having a couple of Zealots tanking all those shots. Allowing the Stalkers to get in range and getting 2 out of 3 Immortals. Does Goblin have an Observer here, guys? That is the most important question. Goblin has an Observer. The Goblin has a cannon, but the cannon is that he needs to deal with the DTs. Goblin is taking a great fight in the all-out onslaught of the 2 main armies. Goblin is doing a good job, but can Goblin deal with all the DTs? The answer seems to be yes. He brought over the Observer. Now we have another big Zealot run by in the center of the map. I'm starting to feel that Alex is kind of turning into this cartoon character that is like running faster than his legs can handle, and now he's kind of tripping over himself while walking down the ramp because he did so many things at once that I think it wasn't necessarily overwhelming for Goblin, who had defender's advantage, but it definitely was a bit overwhelming for Alex, who does still have bases, but he is down a serious amount of army supply now, and Goblin is really good when it comes to unit retention and keeping these units alive and getting maximum value out of all these units. Alex found good damage, but I think we got a tiny bit carried away with the triple prong, the 4 attacks at once, and none of the attacks really did tripling damage. If that Observer would have been picked off, I think it would have been a lot worse for Goblin, because then the DTs would have cooked. But it seems like the Croatian Protoss has found a way to turn this around off the back of just great defense. There's no other way to put it. Does end up losing the Immortal, needs to start spending his own money. But he's got Zealots and Stalkers on top of this 9 o'clock base now. An excellent PvP between these two. Game 2 of the Platinum Heroes versus a Goblin. And it's kind of funny, or versus Basilisk. But obviously, Goblin is not a full-time member of Basilisk, and neither is Sep in Game 1. And that's what the WardiTV Team League is all about. Yes, we are representing orcs, but it's also a bit of a fun element of letting friends play with each other. We've seen a bit of everything. Alex definitely, I want to say, was close to having this game. I don't think it was ever like a guaranteed win, a walk in the park, but it looked really good at one point. It looked really, really good while he was out expanding Goblin, and he definitely won this skirmish here, kept the center nexus alive. It looked really good for Alex. Now, if Goblin can make a comeback, maybe Alex can make a comeback as well. PvP can be a very brutal mistress. Goblin needs to be careful because there are 3 Immortals in the mix. I actually think maybe these should have been Zealots rather than Stalkers. I think Alex has enough Stalkers. I think Alex had Immortals as well, and he's adding in a couple of Zealots now, which I do like. Goblin is obviously going to be looking for a snipe on that War Prism very quickly, and once he gets that War Prism, all the Zealots will come in from Goblin, and that means that these Immortals are exposed. This is beautiful army movement on the side of our Croatian Protoss, guys. Stalkers coming in from the right, Stalkers getting out of danger on the left, and I want to say that should pretty much do it, even though there is a DT being very annoying. Killing a couple of DTs. But it's starting to look like a Basilisk and Goblin will take the 2-0 lead after all. Great comeback. Really, really, really great comeback. Well done. That was solid. You won a fantastic emote for Goblin from a hype train yesterday. That does fit him, actually. That was really good on the side of Goblin. Obviously, Alex will feel like he kind of threw that. He had it. He should have won. And I totally understand that because I do think he was winning. But very impressive on the side of Gobbes. So we will settle that prediction and get ready for the next one. Ooh, this was a close prediction. Goblin gets his second 1v1 victory Next up is 2v2, right? Let me take a look quickly. We have Serral and Trigger versus Fjant and sebesdes. 2v2 time. Serral Trigger, Fjant sebesdes. I'll give you guys 5 minutes for this. Best of 1 2v2 prediction. I guess we have to go to NA for this one. Since obviously Trigger is living in Korea these days. So the 3 Europeans all have to suffer a little. Just to make sure that I'm in the right channel. MNW. No. WardiTV. Alrighty, while we wait for all of our gamers to show up. Serral is live, Trigger is live. I'm gonna take a mini break, guys. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm gonna already hide this because you guys will prefer it without a camera, without an overlay. Wait, this is the game already? Alright, I still think we can take 2 minutes. 2 minutes, I'll be right back. 2v2 coming up. Trigger, Serral, Fjant, Seb. I'll see you guys real soon. Alrighty, the game is already. Yeah, you got. I don't know why I'm sneezing. I mean, I was obviously out yesterday, but I sound like I have a tiny bit of a cold, but we should be good. It's 2v2 time. We're up 2-0. That's a great start of our Sunday, where we have 3 clan wars to get through. On the top side of the map, the BASILISK boys, the great Finnish phenom, Jonas Sotala, Serral for BASILISK, and of course his amigo, his teammate, his friend, it's Trigger. Bottom side of the map, we have the Team Rotti boys. Both of them playing together. That's awesome. Czech Republic, sebesdes, and Sweden's Fjant. So PZ versus PZ. Oh, sorry, I have to mute that song. I don't know what that was. It's okay. Copyright-free music. I lost many hours of sleep morning X Coffee because I did the F1 race with the Starcraft 2 amigos. And it started at 4 AM, so technically 3 AM, but I went to bed very late. Way later than I normally go to bed. But it's okay, this was the last time I have to suffer. After this, all the races are going to be in a good time zone for me. So then it's my North American friends that have to suffer a little. And I actually got lucky with the first 2 races of the year, because those were on very bad times for the Europeans as well. But I was in Korea for those, so I played on my laptop. And it was like just like 10 AM in the morning or something, so but that was pretty doable. I have a random question, by the way, guys. So I have a main monitor that is an OLED, and I really like it. I think it's awesome. But I want to get my second monitor for the same resolution, so I can actually start alt-tabbing again during video games, and hopefully everything will feel a little bit better again. But would you guys recommend, because my second monitor often has the same scenes, like it has the chat box, the activity feed, and the OBS in the exact same spot, but obviously for a long time, because my streams are quite long on average. Would it be better for me to have a second monitor that's not an OLED? Because I'm obviously afraid that like it could burn in, right? Like the exact same borders. Or do you guys think that it's totally fine to have like 8 hours of OBS chat? And like obviously things move inside of the chat boxes, but the surroundings are the exact same. I feel like I can get maybe a very similar monitor that's not an OLED, or do you guys think it's completely fine to just get an OLED and I don't have to worry about it? It is very basic, it's not gaming related, so I could indeed go cheaper. But I do still want it to be pretty, and I want the colors to be nice and stuff. You guys let me know what I should choose for my second monitor. But my main monitor is an Alienware, and it's like the 27-inch whatever. And I want to get the same resolution at least for my second monitor. It is a Stalkers and Lings and Banes versus a Stalkers and Lings and Banes. Right now it is Trigger and Serral who are going to be aggressive first. This is going to be a real test. It is of course on the NA server. So microing Banelings and microing Zerglings against Banelings is going to be difficult. First Baneling gets sniped on the side of Serral. Second Baneling gets sniped. I'm going to say so far the Team Rotti kids are doing quite good. But Fjant's supply is really not where it should be. It's just a lot lower than you want it to be if you're Fjant. This could just very well be the end of this 2v2. Fjant just has no units. Fjant truly just has no units, while Trigger and Serral are just all over the remaining stalkers, defensive stalkers of Fjant. Fjant losing the queens very quickly is obviously bad news. Seb is forced to pull the probes temporarily, has one shield battery, but the shield battery is already drained. Fjant is now going to get a couple of extra links, is looking for the wraparound. I know the model of my main monitor, but it's like the Alienware like AF26 something, whatever, and it's 27 inch. That's all I know. And I just want the second one to be 27 inch as well, and obviously be like somewhat pretty. I don't want it to be very ghetto. Like I would be completely okay with buying the same one as my second monitor, even if it doesn't really need like the good gaming specs. But I'm just worried that, you know, having my chat window and having my activity feed and having my OBS in the exact same spot for 10 hours, that's gonna leave a mark on the monitor. We have Trigger with a, Seb with a Dark Shrine. Trigger is gonna drop the Robo, so honestly all this seems very smooth on the side of the Basilisk boys. I would say so far this is our best clan war. I mean, obviously we did very good against Team Liquid, but even that did still feel close and competitive. Here we're just kind of in the driver's seat. Every single game so far has been convincing. I mean, the PvP was scary, of course, on the side of Goblin, but that is what PvPs do, especially if your opponent has a gritty start. This 2v2 looks mighty fine. Serral is going to lose a couple of links here, but not for nothing. Lost mining time, killed a couple of drones. Okay. So then I'll just ask for a very good option for the second monitor. I'll ask in the Discord. I know you guys can help me. I just wanted peace of mind because I'm planning on ordering the second monitor and my new camera. Finally, I'm gonna get a new camera in the first few days of April. I'm excited for it, guys. We're gonna complete the setup. We're gonna be ready for the next few years of streaming. Few more years of Starcraft, a little bit of yapping, some casual video games. I'm all for it. The old man ain't done yet. Fjant can't really fight here, guys. He's got a lot of links, but Serral has so many defensive baylings that there really isn't much that all those links of Fjant can do, and that kind of turns it into a PvP between Trigger and Sebesdes. But Sebesdes obviously had a much better start because Trigger lost a bunch of probes. Trigger was forced to battle with, Seb was forced to battle with the probes as well. There's an Immortal in the mix on the side of Trigger. That makes this an impossible fight for Seb, who does not want to give up on his 2 proxy gateways and the pylon, but he's going to have to give up on it. And I think that could very well be the end of this 2v2. Very strong showing by our guys. Fjant looking for an opening with his links, but there are no openings when you have to worry about banelings of Serral. Serral will always have his banelings where they should be. First gateway falls and the second gate is going to go down as well. We are awfully close to a very comfortable 3-0 lead. You obviously win the clan war, guys, if you win 4 matches. The remaining games will still be played. Alright, small mistake there on the side of Trigger, who finds his Immortals out of position. Both of them go down. It's never easy, but of course Serral's got a very nice amount of units to work with as well. Especially compared to Fjant, who just hasn't had much all game long. This is an unfair fight for the Team Rotti boys that are representing Platinum Heroes in this WardiTV Team League. And we take a 3-0 lead. I just want to go back to the very beginning, because why the hell does Fjant have no units? Like, I felt like not a whole lot happened. He lost 5 links. I guess we were supply blocked. Supply blocked at the very end. Both of the guys supply blocked. That made it painful. I mean, losing 5 links shouldn't be the end of the game immediately, but the supply block does not help. 3-0. 1 map win away from at least improving our overall record to 3-1 in the league. Let's take a look. Next up is Serral Fjant, a little Scandinavian ZVZ. Let me go ahead and swap over to Europe quickly. Serral Fjant, the Scandinavian ZVZ, to potentially seal the deal already. I'm sure that Serral is eager and fired up to set the record straight, because it has not really been the usual Serral in this team league. I mean, Serral losing 2 maps this early is very rare. Losing a best of 1 against Nicorect, losing a best of 1 against Rogue. Obviously nothing to be ashamed of, but it's just kind of unlike Yona. So he is going to look to set the record straight. Serral vs Fjant, best of 1. Serral is, of course, the Finnish Zerg, and Fjant is the Swedish Zerg. I'm excited for this because Fjant is a clever young man who's got a couple of very fun builds up his sleeve. So this could get exciting. I know, obviously, Serral is, of course, the big favorite. You guys will think that this is never going to get close, but because it's ZVZ, and Fjant could do something very extreme, something wild, something out there, this could bring entertainment. I've had my current one, Kurmisago, my main monitor, for I think I got it around Christmas, right? Yeah. So I've had it for a little over 3 months, and I'm super happy with it. It feels a bit weird when it plays Starcraft, because all my life I've played Starcraft with smaller monitors, so the 3 extra inches, it really does change stuff. But I love it. It's very pleasant to look at. I'm also very excited to play some poker, actually, on bigger monitor. Because the last time I did a poker stream, I realized that I really had no space for all my tables. And it became a bit of a stressful adventure. Now I feel like I've got way more space to just make everything chill. We're getting a message from Wardi that apparently after this match, the next one will be a replay cast. I didn't know that. Trigger has not told me that he already played. Context. If you guys want to be weird about a monitor being 3 inches bigger than the previous one, and you want to turn it into a thing, go ahead. I'm still sleepy. I'm in a loving mood today. If you guys want to make it a bit weird, going from 24 to 27, sure. Come on, you guys are gamers too. You guys know that you're so used to like certain things of how it feels, and if you suddenly go 3 inches bigger, it takes a little while before you get comfortable with it.
Round 4. Fight!
Top left side of Mothership, as he can close things out. He is 1 and 2 so far in the 1v1s in this league, which is obviously like unheard of. It is the last time in history Serral was 1 and 2 in the team league. Like if you think back of some of the WTL seasons, Serral was like 19 and 0. So for him to be 1 and 2 is obviously quite quote unquote shocking. And I'm sure he's ready to set the record straight. But this is still going to be a bit scary because his opponent is doing something a bit wild. Top left side, guys, it's the Finnish Phenom, the great Jonas Atala, Serral for BASILISK. And in the bottom right side, normally Team Rotti, but for this team league, he is part of the Platinum Heroes. We're looking at the main base of Fjant, the young man from Sweden. And this is a 3-player map, so Serral doesn't get the quick scout off, and it's a gas into a pool of 1 base. Wow. Okay. Okay. And Serral's Overlord, guys, is heading in the wrong direction. This could be trouble. Should it be trouble? I don't know, but this could be trouble. I am curious to see what Fjant is going to go for exactly. Fjant could go for the slow Ling, very early Baneling nest attack, but Fjant can also just flood with Zerglings and go Zergling speed and make nothing but a crazy amount of speed links and try to keep Serral in the dark. And it seems like that is the build we're going to go for. So very quick Link speed, no more gas income, no Banelings, just lots and lots and lots of speed links early on. You also updated your setup last month and it's so much more space. Yeah, I've got like a lot of wishes, Rexy, but I have 3 main wishes. Number 1 is to get a second monitor that no longer messes up all the other games that I like to play and stream when I alt tab, and even StarCraft 2 has to be Windows, which I don't like. The second wish is a camera, because I'm tired of my Logitech webcam and my beautiful camera there. It died a while ago. It was my own fault. I left it on when I shouldn't have left it on. Happened before. In the past it survived it. This time it did not survive it. And the third wish is I think I want to get a new mouse. I think I'm going to go back to the Death Adder. I think I'm going to take the plunge and risk it for the biscuit and get a Death Adder V4. So lots of wishes early April, but you know, Christmas came early. Alright, so this is important, guys, for Serral. Serral is now going to scout. Serral has dropped a Baneling Nest. Serral's going to see all the Zerglings with speed. It's 20 lings with speed overall. As Fjant, by the way, tried to get a wraparound on the queens. That was kind of cute. But Serral was very quick to react. The first 6 lings that he made early. I mean, this is still going to be a somewhat difficult hold for Serral. The Baneling Nest is going to get cancelled. So Serral's going to have to defend this with lings, queens, and more lings. It's a really promising start so far for Fjant. Serral is going to do several things here on that ramp, trying to keep the queens alive. One queen is so low, but the saves on the side of Serral are absolutely goated. He really cannot allow these lings to ever attack, so he's going to be forced to pull more drones, loses a couple of Zerglings as well. 10 out of 10 queen saves on the side of Yona. Holy smokes, was that close, guys. Holy smokes, was that close. I mean, Fjant still has so many lings and he's got a lot of extra lings on the way. And let's not forget, because Serral built the Baneling Nest on the low ground and it got cancelled, Serral has a big worker lead, but he could still be in a bit of trouble. Transfuse does land. Lots of surface area this time around for the lings. Is it good enough on the side of Fjant? Fjant wants to wait for some of these extra lings to show up. Is Fjant doing it, guys? Is Fjant doing it here? This is a big moment as he's going to go for it. He goes for the queens. He goes for the drones. He's going to get a lot of drones. That is another good hold on the side of Serral. Oh my goodness, it was so freaking close. More than once. I cannot believe Serral didn't lose a queen there. That is truly ridiculous. Oh. Fjant was as close as anyone would ever be to making this work against Serral. And going for it on the mothership. Even that early dive on the queen, trying to prevent the double queen block on this ramp, was a cute attempt. And Fjant is going to go for it one more time. But because the queens were alive long enough, they got transfuse energy. And they went from 10, 20 HP back to pretty much full HP. But like even now, we can just theoretically, I want to say we can just play games. Serral is sending out some links to maybe counterattack. Or it's a bait. I guess it is a bait. 13 drones on the side of Serral, only 12 on the side of Fjant. Fjant still just building more links. I really want to take another look at that hold, by the way. There were so many things there that happened. And poor Fjant. I'm very happy for Yona, because Yona would have definitely been fuming a little bit. She would have taken another L here. Yona gets the scout up that he's going to be very happy with, because now he can see the serious lack of drones on the side of Fjant. So I was thinking about a little run by. It doesn't have to be all the Zerglings for it to be very efficient, because if Fjant continues to rally everything to the other side of the map, I think Serral is kind of out of the woods at this point. I think we can chill. Man, that was that was clutch. Clutch AF with an exclamation mark and all caps lock. Because it really looked like Serral was in trouble. And I think the amount of Zerg players that would have not ended up dying there on this planet, you can count on one hand, that's for sure. Especially with how late he saw it all and how promising the start was for Fjant. Fjant is still going to try one more time, but at this point he is just starting to fall behind a little bit. He is going to morph 6 Banelings. It's so difficult though, with 3 queens on the side of Serral against only 1 queen on the side of Fjant. Serral also morphing a couple of Banelings this time around on Fjant's side of the map. Oh, that's a good defense by Fjant. A little bit reckless on the side of Serral as he ran most of his links. Oh, okay, now it's just a single Baneling remaining. Fjant doesn't want to lose too many Banelings. Does end up losing 2 Banes there, but Fjant's playing well. Fjant is most certainly playing well. But he obviously knows that the longer it goes, the more difficult it gets. Especially versus Yona. Especially since Serral is so freaking good in every phase of ZVZ. The man really has like no proper weakness. There was an era where everybody always went for the Mudas against Serral because they felt that the biggest chance they had was like a weird Muda versus Muda game, or they end up with Mudas and Serral was forced to just defend with Roaches and Hydras and eventually get Vipers. We are a long ways off Fjant even thinking about a Spire. Serral feels confident enough that he can warp in, or morph in rather, a 3rd hatchery. We're not warping in things over here. I'm still shaking off the sleepiness. I'm halfway through my monster can and I had a double coffee, so you think I should be fine by now, but it takes a while to get this old engine up and running. Fjant, his macro definitely slipping, not for the first time. 52 out of 52 is not what you want to look at. He does have a couple of overlords finishing up, and the moment that these ovies are done, he's going to build all the roaches. But Serral wasn't born last night. He knows that as long as Fjant is on 2 bases and Fjant continues to make lings and banes, he doesn't have to worry about a lair, he doesn't have to worry about a spire. What he does have to worry about is not having any roaches, when Fjant obviously makes a bunch of them. Get 41, just the early onset dementia. I mean, upgrade, morph, warp. You guys know what we mean. It's all the same. Fjant is gonna drop a very, very late third hatchery, which I'm a little bit confused by. I think it's more that Fjant had a plan, but now he realizes that Serral would be more than ready for that original plan. So now he's just gonna deviate. And he's gonna try to head into a very different direction. Means we're gonna have to battle Roach versus Roach and a couple of Lings and Banes in the mix. Fjant is thinking of a big Ling counter, but there are 4 defensive Banelings here, so there really isn't much that Fjant can get done. Now Fjant really does truly need to keep this hatchery alive, and that is not possible. He's gonna be forced to cancel it. Great army movement on the side of Serral, and Serral gets what he's looking for. And for Fjant, this is now just turning into a very annoying ZVZ, where there truly is no right choice. You macro, you're too far behind. You attack, it won't work. So yeah, then I guess the only thing we can pray of is indeed, yeah, get a Spire. But the thing is, the Spire will always get scouted, so I don't know. This game is going out like a candle when it's all burned out. It's at the very bottom. You see no more wax. The flame is still there, but you know it won't last very long. And that's kind of this ZVZ. Fjant has no correct choices anymore. Fjant has no clear path to victory. If you really want me to do the BlizzCon 2012 kind of casting, the one thing you can hope for is that your Banelings blow up all their Zerglings, and then you get a great wraparound with your Ling, Roach, Ravager, drop a couple of corrosive balls, and even though you're down 20 drones, you somehow magically win the fight. But the odds of that happening are about as high as me receiving a DM of Sydney Sweeney while I'm casting this game, asking me if I'm free next weekend because he would like to take me out for a fun night, have some food, watch a movie. I'm checking my inbox as we speak. He's not DMing me, and I also don't think Fjant is winning this game. Just to put things in perspective. You know, I'm not telling you that there is no planet where Sydney Sweeney is a bit of a Starcraft fan, and in particular very fond of me. It's always a possibility. It's just I don't think it's happening. I don't think Fjant's winning this EVZ. Especially now with the way that it's going. Down 40, 50 supply, down an attack upgrade as well. No +1 missile attacks on the side of Fjant. And that is going to do it, guys. Basilisk is about to take the 4-0 lead, and that means we get the W in this clan war. GG gets called. I really want to go back once more very, very, very quickly to the beginning of this game, because it was so clutch what Serral did there. I obviously don't want to delay Wardi's team leak. Like the very first move that Fjant made with the 6 Lings that he was hiding for a while is actually kind of cute, because he's looking for the inside wraparound, and if he gets the wraparound here, then the other Lings show up in time, he gets an easy kill, and then it might just be a win. But even after that, after he takes a pretty okay little fight, here he gets a couple drones, here I think we have to just keep on battling. Because Serral is waiting for his Lings, but his Lings is not out yet. Look how close this queen is to falling. It's 19 HP, it's 11 HP, this one is 31 HP. In the end it goes down to 8 HP. It really just feels that 8 HP is the difference between Fjant winning with this rush or losing with this rush. And it's crazy. So now we're gonna have a replay cast, because apparently Fjant, excuse me, Trigger and Art have already played. Is this Polish Art, by the way, guys? Are we Polish Art or Russian Art? Which Art is it? Thank you, Shai Blabia. Thank you, Jumi. Thank you, Crash. Man, I talk about Sydney Sweeney and we get 3 subs. I should do this more often. It's Polish Art. Hey, I haven't casted Polish Art in a little while. Hello, Alex. GG's, matey. You are looking good. You are looking good, my friend. That should have been an Alex dub. Serral is the Finnish Zerg that gets the W. So it is a Trigger versus Polish Art, as there are two arts in Europe. Trigger is a Canadian P, Polish Art P. I'll give you guys 5 minutes for this replay cast. I have no idea about the outcome of this game, so Wardi has just hosted up the replay. Maybe Trigger has shared it in the Discord by now, but I have not seen it. What I do know is that this match is not that important, as we got the W. The most important thing in the WardiTV Team League is that you win as a team overall. Whether you do that 4-2, 5-1, 6-0. It shouldn't really change all that much. Bottom right side, it is a Basilisk Trigger from Canada. Top left side of 10,000 feet. We're looking at the main base of Polish Art. I haven't casted Polish Art in a while. Thank you, Echo Steel, for gifting a subby. Should be the real one. I would welcome Sydney and her streaming art. That would be great. Maybe we can even convince her to play an RTS. Oh, let's see, do well. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Yeah, Alex, you're looking good. Obviously, your build is greedy, but it's efficient if you get away with it. And you did a good job, I think, in handling the first wave of aggression by Goblin was quite successful. The second one, you obviously had more than enough, and I think you took a wait, why Central? Okay, that's funny. Seems like Polish Art was not aware of the fact that Trigger was in Korea, and he's like, wait, why are we playing on Central? Trigger's like, mate, I'm in Korea. This is actually a server prep for you. As I said before, this game has been played before, but I really don't know the outcome. And at this point, it's not that important anymore. Seems like both of them are going to go for a proxy pylon. Maybe, Alex, we got a tiny bit carried away with like the triple prong aggression and going up to 5 bases, right? That's it's a lot. And Goblin did a really, really good job defending, obviously, never taking critical damage. Was maybe a tiny bit fortunate because he only had one observer, but that one observer was very near the natural. So yeah, then you drop 50-60 supply, and at that point, you're not beating Goblin anymore. But I think it was a good game. Even if you obviously feel that you should have won, you can also be proud of all the things that did go well. Is GNR next against Basilisk? Yes, we are going to play against... no, it's CJ Entis. We already played GNR. We're going to play against not CJ Entis today, but that is not the next Clan War. So what I think I will do is take a tiny break from Starcraft after this Clan War is done. We'll sneak in either some Macabellum or a game of Deadlock, whatever. And then we'll be back and we'll be casting the second Clan War, and then we should have the final Clan War as well. Shout out to maybe Exalted for the raid of 44 folks. Love you, mate. Appreciate everything you have done for us. And I hope that we still get to see each other. With or without a couple of hot dogs in Stara Zugara. I guess we just all have to go to Sunny Beach and have a great StarCraft 2 party there. Art has 2 adepts on the other side of the map. A Trigger is all over these 2 adepts, so Art is going to save them. And we'll opt to go for the recall. After scouting the proxy robo of his opponent, Art decided to build his own defensive robo. Sunny Beach is great. It's not that expensive. Lots of sunshine. Good party vibes. You can rent some jet skis. Big, nice water park as well. I love that water park near Sunny Beach. You need someone to carry you in your Phantom 4 now. I love each other, but I can guarantee you that I don't need a single man or woman on this planet to carry me. I am right now I'm a bit of a victim of being stuck in elo hell, but I'm actually, I think on a bad day I'm top 10 Europe. On a good day, I'm arguably the best. No, second best, right after Mixer. So I appreciate the generosity, mate. Rotti doesn't need a carry. Rotti just needs 5 teammates with a brain. I love playing team games, so I can accuse my team of being bad, and that's why I lose. I can't believe it. I'm joking, obviously, guys. Almost had him. I love Fjant. Mate, you were so close. An 8 HP queen, I think, was the difference. And even your very first move with the 6 links, I think if you get the wraparound there, and that was like a pixel difference of you getting the wraparound or limited surface area, I think if you get that first queen immediately, you also win. So you were really close. I know some people say that they were close when they weren't that close, but you were mega close in winning that game. Gonna be Team Liquid versus Jin, my bad. Are you gonna cast that? No, I love Wardi, and obviously I don't want to like cut up the viewership. It's already super kind and cool of Wardi that he lets me cast the matches of Basilisk in this WardiTV Team League. Every other match that does not include Basilisk will be exclusively on Wardi's stream. So, if you guys want to watch me talk about the boys and review the performance, then you guys can always hang out here. But for every other match, every match that does not include Basilisk will only be visible on Wardi's stream. It's not nice of me, it's nice of him. Wardi is the nice guy here. I'm just appreciative of Wardi's kindness and generosity. Wardi is the nice guy here. I'm not doing anything that's nice. Wardi is the nice one. So trigger his robo gets unpowered. We've got 10 stalkers and 2 sentries on the side of trigger. He might be able to hunt down these stalkers. Where did that war prism of art go, guys? That war prism of art is in the center of the map. Is heading towards... Ooh, these stalkers, guys. If these stalkers would have just gone north... Obviously the immortals can hop out, but... Losing the prism and then having the immortal stuck... I'm not sure how Wardi's gonna do it. Technically his schedule says 2 games are going on at the same time. We'll figure it out. If they are truly on... Ooh, blink is done, guys. Blink is done. We blink forward. We kill the prism. We're gonna get an immortal as well. We should be able to get a second immortal. And yeah, we're loving life on the side of trigger. If there are truly 2 clan wars at the exact same time, then I can obviously focus on the Basilisk match. Like, my goal today is cover every single match that Basilisk plays. Does we believe in the power of the immortal, Fjant? I don't know. Since the score is 4-0, and on top of that, this is a replay and not a live game, I am slightly less sharp for this one. And I may still just be thinking about the chances of having a DM. I'm going through my various DMs right now. You know what it is, guys, in this day and age? Every single app and website has an inbox. So even if you do receive the DM of Sydney Sweeney, you just don't know where it ends up. Is it Instagram? Is it Twitter? Is it an email? Is it one of your other email? Is it business? So I'm just checking right now. Even if Fjant did not end up winning that game, and Art is also just going to leave this game after a couple of adepts get caught. It's a bit of an odd moment to leave. I get it. After losing that prism and losing the 2 immortals, we're not loving life, but you don't often see somebody leave if a couple of adepts get picked off. Polish Art was maybe not really feeling that one anymore. GG gets called 5-0, but I do believe we have one more 2v2. So we'll watch that 2v2. And I guess, I don't know if that one is live or not. It should be live. I don't know. Wardi will let us know. So it's Goblin Serral, correct? Goblin Serral versus Fjant and LetaleX. Hey, that's a fun one. I like it. Alright, Goblin Serral versus Fjant and LetaleX. The 2 guys that had a very close win versus 2 guys that almost won. They were awfully close to winning. That's gonna be fun. Let's see how it goes in the 2v2. Give you guys 5 minutes for this 2v2. We're gonna start the prediction. And here we go. Undercurrent. What a name. What the hell is this map? Have I ever casted this map, guys, in 2v2? I guess we're underwater, right? Undercurrent. Definitely, yeah. So we're bringing back... How's the map called again? Abyssal Reef. Is this Abyssal Reef in 2v2? Wait, I have to remove my camera on my overlay. Otherwise, you guys will shout at me. Toot, toot, toot. Five and 0. Can we get the perfect 6-0? I'm gonna ask Wardi quickly. Hey, mate. After this, 2 clan wars at once or 1 by 1? Oh, see. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. Confirmed, guys. After this, I will just continue with the Basilisk boys. Wardi is going to do the other match. So we'll actually have 2 clan wars at the exact same time. So there is no break. We will just be powering through. Well, we'll take a couple minutes. We'll give the boys a bit of a breather. Because even though the score makes it seem like this has been a walk in the park, I felt our first 2v2 was very convincing. And I think Reynor's match was very convincing. The other matches were actually really freaking close. So kudos to the folks from the Platinum Heroes. And of course, my kids from Team Rotti. Because I think they've done well. Here we go. One last time. And the bottom side of Undercurrent. I really don't think I've casted this match before. I've seen this map before. It's very pretty. It's one of the prettiest maps that I've seen when it comes to the tile set. Undercurrent, bottom side. This is Fjant representing Team Rotti and the Platinum Heroes. This is Alex just representing the Platinum Heroes. Alex from Italy, 6,000 MMR. Fjant from Sweden, 6,000 MMR. As they are going up against the one and only Goblin from Croatia. Yeah, I said it with a D. Because that's how we call him. And of course, the Finnish Phenom, the one and only, the Night King, the GOAT, Basilisk, the Serral. Just gotta rub it in, Rexy. You know what it is, mate? Even if that clan war was not a success, the Friday overall was a success. I felt like we had a really fun Friday. There were great vibes in the channel. Obviously, you were amazing. Smixy was amazing. I think the BBB was very good. So, I feel like it was just the butterfly effect of it had to go down like this. Well, that's not the butterfly effect, but whatever. It just had to go down like this for it to be an amazing Friday. And we don't need to focus on the outcome of that group stage clan war too much more. Judge us on our playoffs performance, alright? Serral is all-time peak. For Serral, I think it's 7,470 or something. He was really close to 7.5. I don't know if he ever got 7.5. These days, it's a bit more like 7,100, 7,200. It's all good, Rexy. I'm just joking. You can't always win. I think we have historically, ever since we started competing under the Basilisk banner, have performed really well in team leagues. Like, our worst result is second, right? We have a second place, a first place, a second place, and another second place. Is that correct? Was it? Yeah. Because we lost once against Team Liquid, once against Solar. We won one, and then we finished second in the Crank TV. And that's... What are these sounds, by the way? What the hell? Are these the undercurrent sounds? Feels like I'm watching a bad horror movie. Very intense. But I'm a fan of this map. I don't know who made this map, but I'm a fan. I'm not a big 2v2 gamer myself these days, but it looks very cool. Yeah, when Serral had this all-time peak MMR, the 7,470 or something, it's just... He must have just won legitimately 95% of the games against the guys that were second in Grandmaster League, third in Grandmaster League, and fourth in Grandmaster League. Otherwise, you can never get that high. It's not like a bunch of people were right on his heels with 7,300 or 7,200. It was literally Yona at 7.4, and I think the next closest was 7,100. Allegedly, his peak MMR is 7,557. Oh my god, I need this. So it's even better than what I thought it was. 7,557. And yes, that is most certainly an official record for the Guinness Book of World Records. No one has ever done better. And I don't care about these like lag hackers that we had winning infinite amount of games against each other. That does not matter. 7557 is mental. Alright, Serral has made a bunch of links and he's gonna put some pressure on the hatchery of Fjant. And we have 4 Europeans battling it out here. Goblin opening things up with an Oracle. A little bit surprising to see the Oracle starting 2v2. I know it's not ultra rare, but still, I don't know. I see either just like Blinkstalkers or Phoenix a bit more often than the Oracle. But I guess if I think back of some of the 2v2 circuit that I've seen that Uthermo is running, Oracles are good. Oracles are powerful. And they work very well together, especially when you have the flexibility of not having too many units on the ground, but then you have Serral his Zerglings to rely on as a Protoss. You're not too afraid of opening up with an Oracle. 8 roaches on the production tab for the Finnish Phenom, as Fjant's roach one is quite late. Fjant's been I want to say a little bit of a greedy boy. Getting his hands now on this gold. Can they keep this gold alive, guys? Fjant and Alex. Alex is going to take the pocket expand. He's going to get the luxury of not having to worry about losing any workers. So his Zerglings wish that they could throw something from the high ground on top of the drones from the low ground. Thank the Lord that they don't have a range attack yet. You never know what the future brings. I don't know why we pinged the OV, but we did. Not necessarily Nostra beefs, and you must have just forgotten, because I know for sure that you have been chatting while we have been watching Alex and cast Alex and play Alex. Alex has also gone to the most recent Home Story Cup, and I would say that he's been one of the most discussed players on this channel over the last 2 years. Basically, ever since I met Alex in Battle Aces, we've been talking a lot about Alex. Goblin, his Oracle drops the Revelation, was close to falling, but didn't die in the end. Do you guys think this is what makes the scary sounds? This is just a bit of a freaky map. Or is it this thing? Oh my goodness. Huh? Is this the game you're streaming? Basilisk vs not CGNtis? It is Basilisk versus Platinum Heroes. Once this one is done, then we are gonna do Basilisk versus not CGNtis. He did not have another name. Alex has been Alex ever since we met him, ever since we started talking about him. And I can guarantee you, mate, that you've seen a lot of games of Alex, and you've heard me talk a lot about Alex. I know that you hang out, I know that you chat. This is not your first time seeing him. I don't know. Maybe life has been stressful and we're suffering from a little bit of memory loss. But at this point, I don't even want to call Alex a new player anymore. What you can definitely call Alex is a very rapidly improving player, as he continues to get better and he continues to make a step up in competition. But he's definitely not new. Outside of Pi, I feel like Alex is the person I've discussed most on this channel over the last 2 years. And it's obviously great to see somebody continuing to get better and make serious progress as he's rising through the ranks. I've shared the story of Alex, as I said, like 100 times, but I found him at the top of the Battle Aces ladder. I invited him to play in a Battle Aces money show match, where he played against, I think, Sturgeon, who's currently casting RSL. That's kind of funny, by the way. They were both very good in Battle Aces. They had a great match. Alex won. He started talking in the chat. And then I asked him about Starcraft 2, and he said, like, yeah, I play. But he was like 4,300, 4,400. And within 2 years, he has gone to a 6,000 MMR Protoss player. That's very cool. And we also praise Alex for his ability to be really freaking good in every other video game, because when it comes to playing Deadlock, Alex is truly goated. When it comes to Mechabellum, he is very, very gifted and talented as well. I've got 400 hours more in Mechabellum than he has, and he still beats me. I guess he's just way smarter than me. Bit of a chaotic fight here. Roach Ravager versus Roach Ravager and a bunch of Stalkers active for Goblin, as Alex does have a pretty good economy. And Goblin's supply is trailing a little. Of course, Goblin is the one who opened up with the Stargate and with the Oracle. And he was able to be annoying with it, but he didn't find crippling amounts of damage. No crippling headshots were land. So, I gotta say the Platinum Hero boys, and of course a bit of Team Rotti flair, are definitely doing a good job in holding their own. But Serral is maxed, and if Serral is maxed, then he's gonna get his hands on the roaches with Burrow and Tunneling Claws. Well, we don't have Burrow yet. We do have Burrow, sorry. This is gonna be difficult. I feel that maybe Alex should help Fjant out here a little bit, because Serral does have a tiny bit more. And Alex has a really good anti-roach army. He's got a couple of Immortals in the mix. He's got a couple Stalkers. But now it is Goblin coming in from the top with a lot of Stalkers and Zealots. It is all out chaos. This is when Serral feels confident that he can turn around. I'm going to have to go for the double zoom. It's Alex who's also got a couple of surprise Zealots coming in from the top left as they keep the Stalkers busy again. All out chaos here on the current. That was a beautiful fight. A box art fight. This is what 2v2 was meant to be, guys, all these years. I flank, you flank, we both flank, everyone gets flanked, and we don't really know who's winning. But what we do know, guys, is that Serral is still maxed out. Serral's also very confused about the fact that he's still maxed out.
Wait, I was confused for a moment there. I was like, why am I not making units? But then I realized I didn't use a single unit so far in this fight.
Yeah, that's just the things that Serral suffers from, guys. Sometimes Serral fights with a maxed out army against another very big army, and he's trying to make more units, and he gets very confused because he's just not losing any units. It's always cool to get a little live radio update from the great Jonas Atala himself as he continues to make his way through these roaches and ravages of Fjant. Alex is having a fun little PvP with Goblin. Both of their supplies are tiny. Serral's supply is just not dropping. I don't know how he does it. He definitely lost 45 roaches to ravages, but just on any given moment he is maxed out. He now has a bunch of roaches with Burrow that are all gonna show up once more with full HP. This is not something that Alex can deal with. And Immortal is great against roaches, guys, but not in this number. The sheer volume of roaches is overwhelming, and we will get a perfect score in the books, on the books, in our 4th clan war. 6-0, but honestly, kudos to the guys from the Platinum Heroes. They put up a really good fight, especially in some of the games where they were most certainly awfully close to winning or they were ahead. I think the scoreline is maybe a tiny bit deceiving, but we'll take it. We'll always take it, especially when you see Serral and Goblin here in the 2v2 doing their thing. 6-0 as we get ready for our next clan war that will continue and come up right after this one, and that will be BASILISK versus not CJ Entis. That's going to be a big one. That's going to be a tough one. GG gets called, as Alex and Fjant know that this one is all over. Victory belongs to Serral and Goblin. Victory belongs to BASILISK. 6-0, we'll take it. Yeah, but good showing. Honestly, good showing by everyone. I feel like Alex had a really good PvP. Fjant had an awesome build as an underdog ZVZ on Mothership and was so close to getting it done. I enjoyed this clan war.